seeing my screen now?
I can see it.
Great. Alrighty then, let's go. So I'm talking about shared writing for the holidays, and I'm hoping to make this really, really fun and engaging and stuff that's not adding to your holiday stress, but actually adding to your holiday fun. So what we're hoping to do today is to explore what shared writing means, the idea of sharing with your child, creating some written documents, and also identifying several fun shared writing activities that are kind of holiday related and really fun, and hopefully fun for the whole family, okay? Not just for your student who uses augmentative communication, but your entire family. And for those of you who are watching this as classrooms, I'm hoping it'll be fun for your entire classroom. So we're going to look at our 5 steps approach, and I'm talking mostly about teaching tasks, shared writing activities, some notes and poems and books. We'll also be looking at just a couple of tools, mostly light tech, just your personal photos are the most important tool, and also just things such as construction paper and markers, just really simple stuff. I'm going to show a couple of apps. They are 1000% optional, just if you're ready to kind of add something, and they're both free. What is shared writing? So this definition is from Dr. James Gentry, who's a leader in emergent literacy for students who are typically developing. And the ideas that come from this emergent literacy are just so helpful for our students, all of them. So shared or interactive writing is a teaching process where the teacher and children collaborate to write a text together. So we're using a shared pen technique involving the children in the writing. So the teacher, and obviously for many of you you're going to substitute for teacher, you're going to say the parent has most of the responsibility as that person acts as a scribe. So the student may say something on their communication device, and then we're going to write that word down into writing that we'll keep, something like a note or a poem or a book or something. And the children are invited to write the parts they know, and the teacher helps fill in the unknown. So the teacher can or the adult can kind of set up a structure to make this feel really easy. So let's just jump in and see where this fits in our chart that Aaron created for us. Looking at 2-4, the awareness level, we'll be doing some sample of modeling. We'll definitely, anytime we're writing with students, we want to model first. So we'll be modeling writing. We'll also be doing a lot in the shared writing. That middle block is where most of what I'm talking about today is going to be there. Shared writing with predictable sentence frames, with poems, etc. And for some of you who have students who are doing a little more and really exploring the alphabet and really know a lot of language on their communication systems, they'll be maybe doing some developmental spelling, writing using their communication system to be part of this. So group or shared writing, let's just kind of look at what it is and why we might want to do this. And this is a slide from Dr. Gretchen Hanser. Shared writing gives our students fundamental understanding. It's how they kind of start figuring out, oh, so that's what writing is about, that whole what, why, who, and how, about being an author, making them begin to feel like an author and know what it means to be an author. We give lots of opportunities for modeling. Modeling is just absolutely essential. So we're going to write using whatever our students are writing. So if your child is using a light text system, if your child is using, for example, POD, you're going to be modeling use of a POD, and then you're also might be modeling use of the alphabet either on their POD or on some other type of alternative pencil. You're going to do a lot of think out louds. You're going to show from the very get-go that writing is about thinking, that we have to come up with an idea first, and then we're going to figure out how to translate that idea that's in our head onto paper in some way. So I might come up with an idea and then find it on their communication system. I might come up with an idea and then use the alphabet to share that idea. It's about motivation too. Shared or group writing is great for motivation. We can write about things our kids really care about. And it's really, really important that something happens as a result of their writing. So that when they write something, that is a predictable chart, we turn it into a book. So they can read that over and over, and they can show it to other people and share it. Be really excited about that. It also facilitates communication. During writing, we're attributing meaning to whatever they do. You've heard us talk about this through the whole series, that we're helping kids make meaning. That sometimes they might be actually being random, and that's okay. They could be scribbling with the alphabet, and we're making meaning out of it. They can be just exploring their communication system, and we can look for connections and point those out. Why would we write together? Again, this is some information from Dr. Gretchen Hanser. Writing is just intricately related to reading. The National Association for Education of Young Children, NAEC, says that writing is just reading inside out. So just think about it. If you're trying to write the word Santa, you have to think in your head, how is Santa written if you were trying to use the alphabet? Well, let's see, what do I hear first? S, s, and then I hear an ah. Do you see what we're doing here? We're figuring out the sounds. We're figuring out how to sound something out. That's something that we can be modeling for our children. Most of our students are not doing that, and that's okay. But we can be modeling how writing and reading are really related. The fact that we write a predictable chart book and then we read it shows immediately that that's very related. We get so many multiple modeling opportunities when we're writing together. If you're doing this in a classroom or in a family, they're seeing the peers or siblings that get to use their AAC device to model that. They get to see the use of print being modeled. It makes writing seem less overwhelming. It just feels like we can do this together. It's that whole takes a village thing. It can be a meaningful and very interactive activity around print. And I love that it results in a concrete product or data, that we can see what our student is doing today and then compare that to what they're doing in May and look for progress. So writing is just so fun because we get that data. This is a buffet, people. I am going to share several ideas, and it's fine to just pick one idea. I mean, it's okay to pick more than one, but don't feel like you have to do everything I'm sharing, because some will just fit better into your personal interest, into your child's interest, or maybe into what's happening for you as a family over the holidays. So this is a buffet, and you can get little helpings of several things, or get one great big helping of one item and just get it and go back and try that again and feel like you're really good at it. It's up to you. It's a buffet. So the first idea is writing notes. Notes to your class or notes to your family. This is writing for children. In classrooms, they call it a morning message. It's a really great thing to do in classrooms. It's something you'll see done in kindergarten classrooms and even in many preschools or pre-K classrooms all over the country, all over the world. It could also be a family message, though. We're writing a message to our family. Why would we do this? Well, let's just think about it. There's lots of change in our schedules around the holidays. And for some of us, children really have a hard time with change. And so what we can do is to write a note. Instead of just saying it orally, we have it written down. And this is something you can look at all through the day. And it's not just that whole wah, 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 wah. But when adults talk, sometimes our children hear it like the Peanuts gang when adults talk. If there's no visual supports, it just sounds like wah, 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 wah. So we can add some visual supports by making this into a written message. A morning message either at school or a written message, a family message at breakfast are just a great way to share what's happening and what's changing. Morning messages are just described so well in the book that's by Hall and Cunningham, Dorothy Hall and Patricia Cunningham, and I'm referencing the 2003 version just because you can get that version for a penny on Amazon, and then $3.99 for postage and handling. Reading, Writing, and Phonics for Kindergarten, just a lovely, lovely, lovely book. So here's just a sample home message. So remember, keep it simple. Dear family, guess what? We will go to a party tonight. Love, Mama. So it might be something that's not such a big deal. We will go shopping. We will wrap a present. Whatever you're going to do today, you can just write it in your morning message, in your family home message. Now, bonus, I made sure that there were a couple of core words in there. Guess what? We will go to a party tonight. Love, Mama. Now, remember, though, when we're looking at reading, we want to read it first by pointing to the words and having our students say it in their head. We want to really honor that that's reading, and then we can come back and do some retelling using their communication system with things such as, guess what? Oh, you know, what my note said, it says we're going to go, and I'm pointing it out on their system, to a party. And if party's easy to find, go for it. If it's not, don't frumper around and spend a lot of time looking for it. This is about modeling core words, and then if there's an occasional more fringe word that you know where it is, and it's one you really would love them to know, because we're going to be going to several parties over the holidays, so it's worth finding the word party, then by all means go for it. Here comes one for a school meeting message. Dear students, guess what? We will see a movie today. It will be fun. Mr. Arnold. And again, core language, lots of great core language to find in there. Guess what? We will see a movie. It will be fun. Mr. Arnold. So we've got 3 core words that we can easily model in that simple message. But remember, we're going to read it first by pointing, doing say it in your head, and only then we're going to go back and sort of retell and emphasize key words using their communication system. So as you see, this is mostly about 2 and 4. So we're going to talk about how we might make this even more powerful. We could write that message in front of your child, so we're really modeling writing. It doesn't just appear as a fait accompli. It's about reading and writing. We can use the same pencil as your child. If they use an alphabet page on their communication system, then you would use that too. If they have an alphabet page in their pod book, that's what you're going to use to model. If you're using some whole words, go find those in your child's system and model those, and then write it with the alphabet. We can include your child in the writing, so it can be a writing with activity instead of only a writing for activity. What do you think? Should we write about wrapping presents? So, or the party. So you can give them some choices, and they get to decide what you're going to write about, and so that they're a part of this activity. Let's make it even more fun. So I would love if you guys just write in there. How many of you are doing Elf on a Shelf? So just write, you know, I am doing it, something like that, as you're watching this. So we'll hear if anybody's doing Elf on a Shelf. While you're writing that, I'm just going to talk about how we might make this just a little more fun. Include a friend in the writing. That friend might be another peer or a sibling. It might be a stuffed animal, or it might be your elf on a shelf. Now, we're not going to do that kind of negative elf. It's the nice elf. It's not the mean elf that's watching everything you do. It's the elf saying, Jen, you have been so good, the elf. So we've got this cute little message, and every day we get a message, and it might be that the elf shares where we're going today or what we're doing today. So just some fun way to support that. And Amy, have we gotten any responses?
I haven't seen any, but I'm sure people are doing the elf.
Okay, and if you're not doing the elf, you probably have a stuffed animal that your child loves, so don't go buy an elf just to do this. Just grab a stuffed animal and let it be part of the fun. Signing holiday cards, obviously writing names is just so important. It's such a powerful opportunity. So you could let your child write his or her name on cards that you're sending out. And remember, scribbling is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Please don't make a little dotted line so they can sign it and make it perfect. This is about learning how to write your name by yourself, not copying, not tracing. And obviously your child could do this with a typical pencil, or they could scribble with the alphabet. And the best way to help them learn the letters of their name is to let them scribble first, and then you say, that's how you write, Jessica. Here's how I write it. J-E-S, and then you model after. The research has shown that that's a great way to do that. So whatever your child's name is, you let them scribble first, either with just a pencil in their hand or using some type of alphabet system, and then you scribble after. Just in case this is you don't really have a great alphabet system that's working for your child, here's a QWERTY board. And I believe this has already been posted. I will check, and if it's not, Amy, I'll send you these as soon as we're done so that we can post this QWERTY board that I would use for students who we expect are going to be using a typical keyboard at some point in time, even if it's 5 years from now. Then it's great to present it in that way so that they learn where the letters are on your keyboard for your computer. This particular one was made for us by Allison Rumble, so thanks, Allison. And you can see that there's some symbols at the bottom, things like, I don't understand, I don't know, oops, I made a mistake, etc. And here's the alpha board that puts them in alphabetic order, which is easier for some students, especially if we're modeling that they're a little bit larger letters and we can show the vowels are separate. And this is showing the capitals, but on the back would be the lowercase letters. So we'll be sharing that with you. Making holiday cards, of course, is super fun. It's just a great chance for authentic writing. And so you'll likely be writing with students, but remember that you should model first. They're probably not doing it entirely on their own, but they can write with you. They can write 1 or 2 words. Name signing also fits in really well here. There's a great time to sign those cards that they've actually made. Be sure that your family members, that you coach them to make a big deal of it. When they get a card, that they call or Skype or bring cards to family get-togethers, because what we're trying to do is celebrating writing. Writing can be a bit effortful for our students, and we want them to know that it's really authentic and really important, and people love it. People care about it, that it's worth the effort. I'm going to share one free, very fun app. This is absolutely one of my favorite apps of all times. This is called American Greetings Ecards. You can see the logo. It's so that when you go to the App Store you can find it. It's free. Note, very important, it's in red. You got to download this from the iPhone store, and then you hit 2x at the bottom and it doubles it in size, and then you'll never remember that it was an iPhone app. But when you look for it in the iPad store, you won't find it. It's only in the iPhone store. It just has the most clever videos. There's 35 holiday cards, and so you might be using it just to show videos and have kids enjoy these silly fun videos, or you might have them actually writing their cards. And so you can see a few samples here. Here are 5 of the 35, and so one is a very cute video that I hope to show you, Bon Appetit. There's snowflakes is fun, but then there's also just a photo where the child's photo you put into this elf to elf them in a very, very easy way. So just really fun ones. And so what I'm going to do is show you a video that I made showing the fa la 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 llamas. So let's go see if it works. This is where we're crossing our fingers, people, and saying, please, please, technology work. Okay, let's see if it works. So really, really fun video, and hopefully that showed for you. So that's Fa La La Llamas. There are other really cute ones. So here is Bon Appetit. And so let me just see if I can make Bon Appetit work for you. Let's try it. What I've got here, I'm going to turn on my reflector and hopefully reflect my iPad onto my Mac. So let's see if it's going to work. Oh, yay, it's working. Okay, so let's play this video. Okay, so you can see just really fun, really engaging, one of those things where people hide behind the dog. And this one's just so well done. And I've used this with a number of students of lots of different ages. And I've also used this with adults with disabilities, and everyone just thinks it's hysterical, and I hope you do too. If you like cats, there's one about a Christmas catastrophe. So just all kinds of really cute videos. And remember, we talk very often in these webinars about our circle of literacy. Gretchen Hanser and I call this the circle of life because we think it's so important to have reading, writing, speaking, and listening really interconnected, and speaking in terms of expressive communication or AAC. So thinking about this, that just showing one of those videos and modeling, commenting, and having fun about it with it, doing opinions and just really talking about it, it's a great way to practice using your AAC system. That is silly. Love that. It is fun. I like. Oh, not like that. Just all the kinds of things we talked about with books, you can do with the videos as well. Just really, really, really fun. So that was American Greetings Ecards. Shared writing with books is such a great opportunity for predictable chart books. You can take lots of pictures over the holidays and then use them later in books. And you'll be taking lots of pictures. And so after the holidays is a great time to start making these books. But I think it really helps to read sample books so kids see ideas of books. So here's one in Tar Heel Reader, I Like Christmas, and I'm just showing you a reminder that you can change the color of the background and also the text. And so I was in a classroom yesterday where the teacher was just doing such a good job of matching her students' needs by having a black background, and she had red text. I know some of the students I work with do well with yellow and black, so whatever works for you, but just great way to do this. This I Like Christmas by Jane Farrell is just a lovely exemplar book, and I just took screenshots of a few pages so you could see it. I Like Church. And just so you know, those of you from Australia, anybody watching this, that's the Welsh church that where Jane Farrell's husband works at that church. And I like singing carols. I like Our Christmas Tree. I like Santa, etc., etc. So you download that book, you read that book, and then you make your own book, I Like Christmas book. Or you make your own I Like Hanukkah book, or your own book about any holiday that your students are celebrating. So here are some ideas for starters. Obviously the I Like. I See is really fun. Think about going for a walk in your neighborhood and just taking pictures of all the holiday decoration kinds of things, all the things to see that have to do with holidays, and then writing a book about I See. Or talking about Christmas. It was, and now we get to practice lots of feeling words and describing words. I will go. So this would be a really fun book to make before the holidays about all the things you're going to go. And then after the holidays, you could talk about we went or I went, and then show all the places that you went. So you could just do a quick little chart first of the places your child likes to go, and then after Christmas, make the I went book. So this is a great time for people to come up with other ideas for starters that you think would work with your students. So I'm going to take a minute or two and let you all come up with your own starters and type those in. So Amy, if you see anything typed in, let me know.
I haven't seen anything come in yet. Everyone that's on, you can just use your chat. You can use the chat. Oh, I did get. Hold on, someone typed it into the questions. Let me expand that. I got. My favorite thing is.
Nice.
You have I heard, I saw, I got, I gave.
Oh, these are great.
I want, I will
Yeah,
get.
and the I want great to do tomorrow, right away, and then make a Christmas about. It would be really fun to put I want as the first page, and then I got. Make a book that tells what you wanted and what you actually got with separate pages. So sorry, Amy, you had some more.
That's okay. Yep, there's two more. I will get,
Okay.
and I have.
Oh, nice. Oh, these are great. Well done, people. So let's look at some other books, sort of more complex starters. And I'm going to see if we can look at a book on Tar Heel Reader. Let's see if it's up. Yep, here we are. My book is on Tar Heel Reader. Amy, are you seeing it? Let's all give a Christmas cheer.
Yes, I see it.
Great. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I changed the colors. I went to this little toolbar here and I changed the color. I'm going to change the page color to black, and I'm going to change the text color to yellow. Okay, so let's all give a Christmas cheer. And now you can see that even the buttons, the next button is highlighted. When I roll over it, the mouse over it, it turns yellow, which is really nice. So let's all give a Christmas cheer. This is so fun. I was in a classroom in New York City last week, and they were reading this book. And this book is written by my best friend, Deanna Wagner, so go figure. So we have let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping. Let's all do a little clapping and give a Christmas cheer. Do you see how that repetition makes it just sound really poetic? Let's all do a little jumping. Let's all do a little jumping. And isn't that fun that she has a cat with a Santa hat? How cute is that? Let's all do a little jumping and give a Christmas cheer. Let's all do a little, looks like I've lost, that it's not showing everything. Let's all do a little twirling. So there we go. Let's all do a little twirling. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's all do a little twirling and give a Christmas cheer. And then we get some stretching, and then we get another Christmas cheer, a little singing, and give a Christmas cheer. Isn't that cute? And then at the end you get a cheer. You get that play on words of Christmas cheer. So I think Merry Christmas, isn't that adorable? And then we're going to rate this book. And of course I'm giving this 3 stars because I think it's great. So that's just an example of something really fun that we can share to see that and then use that as a model. So what she did is repeat, 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 and then repeat the predictable line, let's all blank, and give a Christmas cheer. And then it was let's all jumping, twirling, stretching, singing. So think of some things you could add to make this different. So again, this would be a great time to write in another idea of something that you would like to do. So a little stretching, a little singing, a little dancing, as it wasn't in there.
One came in that's eating.
Oh, eating. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
More good ones are coming in. Drinking and playing.
I love it. Those are very cute. So I have an idea of what I want to do over Christmas. Let's all do a little wrapping. And we have several pictures of kids wrapping presents and then somebody standing up and wrapping, right? So just having some fun with that. And thinking about if you have an app such as Pictello, how fun it might be to actually have some little videos showing video clips of your kids wrapping presents and then showing your kids doing a wrap with a fake microphone. So just really fun types of opportunities. Okay, so making your books. Now we come right back to making your books. Really fun to download from PowerPoint. So that one I just showed you, how great would that be to just download it as a PowerPoint and then you just go in and change it and you keep her pictures of and give a little Christmas cheer. You don't have to go search for those pictures. You're just changing the pictures of your kids eating and dancing and playing and drinking, so they have their eggnog and their wassail, etc. It's just really fun. So it's an almost instant book, and you're changing the text if necessary, or just customizing it by adding your own pictures. And once you do that, feel free to put that back up at Tar Heel Reader just as your own book. Making books, LaTeX is just fine. You don't have to be doing PowerPoint or anything. LaTeX is great, just getting construction paper and gluing pictures on it, and then adding your text on white paper so it sort of jumps out and we really show that text, and your child can have fun gluing that on. Or use apps that you already know. I am not suggesting going out and learning a bunch of new apps over the Christmas season. That's the last thing you need to do. But if you already own Pictello, as I said, super fun, because Pictello, you can add those videos and those if you're talking about let's all do a little singing, then you could have some kids singing because you can do a recording. Kid and Story is fun because you could have let's say your child is really afraid to sit on Santa's lap. Well, you could do a book about your child with Santa with 5 or 6 different funny pictures of Santa, and then you just paste your child's picture with your child sitting on Santa's lap. So you could have a lot of fun with Santa without the anxiety of the actual man with the beard who might be a little scared. Shared writing with the alphabet. Okay, now of course you knew I was going to have to get to the alphabet because I totally believe that all of our kids have to be scribbling with the alphabet. So let's make a holiday alphabet book, or just a few pages. Because seriously, if I tell you to make a holiday if you told me to make a holiday alphabet book, I would not do it, because they're 26 letters. That means 26 pages. That means 26 hours. No. Or even if I can do it in 5 minutes, do the math. Too much time. What about if you just do 3 pages? The important thing is that your child picks the letters. We're going to kiss. Keep it simple, silly. So let's show you how this might work. So first of all, the words we know is an idea that I learned from Dr. Gretchen Hanser. It also might be a Dr. Karen Erickson idea. It's the idea of making authentic connections to what our children know about letters. And we're developing some background knowledge for the holidays. So especially if you started and just did this with pieces of construction paper and markers, no fancy dancy technology needed, and just do this today. This is a 2-minute activity at best. So we're going to make a letter book, or even just a couple of letter lists. So the way this works is, first of all, you pick a letter using whatever alphabet system your child uses, and then you think out loud about holiday words that start with that letter, and then we write them down, and going back and showing the starting letter on the chart. So let me show you an example of how we'd model. So I'm using Kate for this. On Kate's alternative pencil, which is a flip book made for her by Mary Louise Gertrude, we might pick the letter J. So I'm picking the letter J. Jingle bells. Jingle starts with J, and I point to the J. And then we write J and then talk about jingle bells. Keeping going, trying to think of 2 or 3 other words for the model letter. Let's see. Jack. Ooh, our elf's name is Jack. Jack starts with J. I'll write Jack, and I'm pointing to J, and then I'm writing J I have a big J on the top of my page, and then I wrote the word Jack. So now I have 2 words, Jingle Bell and Jack. And when the rest of the family comes home, we can ask them, hey, anybody got some ideas of some other Christmas words that start, holiday words that start with J? And we can just add words and have fun. Doesn't take a lot of time. Let's say it's Kate's turn, and she picked the letter M. Ooh, I have a good one. Music. Music starts with M, and I'm pointing to that M. I'm making sure that she sees I'm making a big deal of the M. I'm writing the M on the page, and then I write the word music, and then we keep going. And I'm also remember, I'm connecting it to her. You love music, Kate. So music is a really good one. Let's see. Let me think of some words. Oh, I got another good one. I know, movie. Let's go on your pod and find movie. So now I show the path to get to movie on her pod. And then I say, movie starts with M. Let me write it. And then I write movie. We always go to a movie at Christmas, so I'll write movie on this page. So we're just having so much fun with this. This is not a big deal. I don't have to spend a ton of time. I can do a couple of letters and then stop. And then maybe tomorrow we'll pick another letter and add to our book. some tips. This is a really fun group activity, fun to play during mealtime. Um, Use the AA system, C system only when it's easy. Don't get caught up for looking for fringe words. So if you have the word decorations and you don't know where it is, it's okay. You can look for it later, unless it's a word your child just loves and you want them to be able to find it so they can use that word over the holidays. In that case, definitely find it and show them. You know, if it's Santa and you haven't found Santa yet, might be a good time to find it. But if it's some kind of obscure word like ornament, don't worry about it. Just write the word, okay? If somebody picks a letter that has already been picked, this is a great time to be authentic and say, ooh, M, we already picked M. Let's go back and read the M page. And then we go back and read M is for music, and M is for, let's see, oh, here's my second word. M is also for movie. I have another idea. More. Let me go show you on your communication device. Here's more, because you always want more music. So let's write the word more. That's another good word that starts with M. Okay? We don't have to worry about having a picture for everything. It's about hearing the words and just making print meaningful. Now, I'm not saying you can't do something with pictures. I was in a class that wanted to use a photo to support ideas. They felt it was really important for their kids to have ideas by seeing a photo of Christmas. And so we had this Christmas picture. We pulled it into Collage, and then we had 3 letters. D is for delicious. D is for dancer. Dancer is one of Santa's reindeer. Let me write that down. Dancer starts with D. Oh, you know what else starts with D? Donder. 2 of Santa's reindeer starts with a D. And I've got one more, and then A yells out, decorations! I love decorations. Oh, that's right. That starts with a D also. Let me write that down. Decorations. Okay? So just not rocket science. We're not going crazy and making it hard. And I just showed you a how-to. If you decide you do want to try Collage, absolutely not necessary, but if you wanted to, here's how you would do it. I'm just giving you a little cheat sheet on how you would use Collage. So your possible next step, remember this is a buffet, so you can try 1 or 2 activities. You can write a note, you can have your child make some cards, you can have them make a book. You could have them do the alphabet activity, the words we know. There's 4 activities. Probably the easiest one of all is that alphabet words, holiday words we know. You can share these handouts. Make sure these go to your child's classroom. You can share the webinar link, again, with people that your child works with, because even though these are talking about Christmas, these shared writing activities go for any kind of holidays. They're holiday activities. We can recycle these puppies when it comes time for Valentine's Day. So just having a lot of fun across the year. Go back and go to Facebook and read posts. If you have questions, you'll post those for me on Facebook if we don't get to them today. And then plan to attend or view next week's webinar. So while you're thinking of questions you'd like to type, I would just like to take this chance to say thank you. We are seriously, truly grateful to the Angelman Syndrome Foundation for making this communication training series available to us. And they've used a generous grant from the Foster Family Charitable Foundation, which is a family foundation established in Central California. So we really, really appreciate this. So thanks to the Angelman Syndrome Foundation, and let's go back and see if there are any questions.
We don't have any yet, but I'm sure some will come in.
Well, I think this is a fairly simple stuff, so hopefully people feel not too overwhelmed